So in this video I'm showing you a stiletto coloured acrylic design set. Sorry I've not uploaded for a while. I've been extremely busy and I've had holidays and different things, but I'm back uploading. So I've applied my CJP crystal clear tips, cut them and cut to size with my stroke scissors. Come in with my 180 grit file and just file them to a nice pointy shape. A few of my clients' nails did have staining on. It's nothing fungal or anything like that, it's just a bit of staining from a previous coloured acrylic. So I then apply my CJP Dehydrator and acid primer and then come in with crystal glass just as a thin base layer on all the nails. I'm using my big boy brush to apply this. Apply it nice and smooth and thin, just as a smooth base layer, and it also gives me something to file back to when my client comes back in for a redesign. So on this nail I'm creating a reverse smile line using CJP Amor. So I apply a bead in the reverse method, turn my brush around and pull each side of that bead down to the edge of the nail, and then come in and use the tip of my brush just to really shape that smile line, get that nice deep C curve in there. Remove them little bits of glitter that always get stuck in your acrylic, and just really smooth that out, making sure it's nice and neat, and you're blending the back of that bead in with your natural nail. And then come in with my second bead, applying it up to the cuticle but not touching. Get your brush right behind that bead so it's nice and flush in your cuticle area, and blend the top of the bead in with the first bead that you applied. Smoothing that out and then just going back round your smile line to make sure it's nice and crisp. Then move on to this little finger. So I'm coming in with, it's a colour I mixed myself. There's a mixture of all sorts in this. It's a bit of pumpkin pie, a bit of mango tango, snow white and Amor, I think. So apply that at the tip and fade it down the nail towards the cuticle. And get that nice and smooth, running your brush over that application and letting that set before I come in with the second bead. So on this nail I'm just applying a thin wash of, again, another colour I mixed myself, using bubblegum, flamingo, Amor and a touch of a superfine glitter. And I then come in with 2 of the Glitter Fairy glitters from the Indian Summer collection. I'm using the pink and the orange. So I just dip my brush into crystal glass and then into the glitter. Just applying that on the nail, using the tip of my brush to push that glitter into place. I find you just get a deeper colour and it's nice and neat around the cuticle area when you apply a similar colour underneath. Then come back to this orange nail, apply a small bead of Amor at the blend and blend that up into the orange. Nice and smooth and flush. And then come in with your cuticle bead, again getting your brush right behind it, making sure you're not touching that skin and blending the top of the bead up into the nail. And get that nice flawless ombre. Then on this nail, applying the pinky colour at the tip, turning my brush around and fading that down the nail. Keeping your brush nice and flat so you get a nice smooth blend and you're not dragging into the colour too much. Just want it to fade nice and seamlessly. Then you want to cap these nails in crystal glass, just applying a bead at the cuticle, getting your brush right behind and then walking that bead down the nail, making sure you're keeping your apex in the right place. So on this nail, I then come in with my file and just refine that smile line, making sure it's nice and crisp. So I then come in with all the colours and apply them at the tip and just do my usual marble. Get my brush to a nice sharp point. You can't really see it as I'm doing this. I didn't realise my hand was in front of the camera. But just dragging it down into those corners, making sure you get right into those corners and fill in those gaps. And then apply the Amor on this nail to get your nice seamless fade. So doing an ombre on this nail, so applying the corally colour on one side. Just applying a bead at the cuticle, making sure it's nice and neat, and then blending those edges out. Just do this all the way up the nail. Apply the orange on the opposite side and just do the exact same and fade that orange into the coral. I love these two colours together, I think they blend really, really nicely. So then just come back to this smile line and just refine that edge. So I'm going to be capping this nail. On to my usual filing technique, starting off just refining those sidewalls, making sure they're nice and crisp and sharp and that they're nice and straight coming out from the nail. Get right underneath and then come round and contour your sidewall. Around the cuticle area and then up the other side wall. And then down the barrel of the nail. Making sure as you're filing that you keep checking your nail from all angles and looking down the barrel of the nail to make sure it's all even. As you can see, I'm holding the finger up and looking down. And then come in with a white block just to remove any scratches once I'm happy with the filing. So then remove all the dust and wipe over with acetone, and then apply my Tack free top gloss from CJP. Just a nice thin layer on all the nails. You want to keep it nice and thin because this top coat was quite thin. If you apply too much, it will just run into the cuticle, it'll run everywhere. So you want to make sure you keep it nice and thin. And then I cure in my LED lamp for 60 seconds and then let it cool for a minute when it comes out of the lamp. And here's your finished look. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.